Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Vocal Thunder here with another episode of I Caught LoLing. This time featuring Colbycheeze. Yes, I finally was able to catch Colby. He is super well known. If you guys haven't checked out his channel yet, I can post the link to it in the description below. But he is a really well known YouTuber for his League of Legends tutorial videos as well as Minecraft videos. So if you guys haven't checked them out, go over there and check them out after you watch this. This is basically a normal game that I played with him as well as a friend of mine called OP Buddha, and I'm playing Jungle Xin. As you can see, Xin is a pretty good jungler. I find that he's actually a very high HP jungler because he does gain HP from every few attacks, and it allows him to jungle relatively safely. But here I get to kind of show you how he works. I have been playing around with my transitions and things like that with my video editing program. So one thing that I have found very helpful, and I kind of stole this idea from Colby, was to kind of speed up the farming and grinding and jungling parts, because as much as I love to hear myself talk, trying to commentate an hour-long game sometimes gets kind of boring. So as you can see, I'm doing the jungling parts. I'm speeding up, and whenever there's going to be a fight, you'll see that I actually bring things back to normal speed, and you get to kind of see what's going on. But here we have a pretty interesting game. We have a very strong Zilean up the top here versus Mundo. And this very beginning gank, we try and take Zilean out, but he's just too well prepared for us because of that really powerful slow that Zilean has. That doubles as a self buff too. So our gank is unsuccessful. Mundo makes the mistake of overstaying his welcome and dies to one of Zilean's bombs, but it kind of shows you how powerful Zilean is as a laner. But yeah, as you can see, I've been playing around with some of my transitions, and it's I learned a few things. As you probably noticed that I had a little bit of an intro too. So I'm trying a few new things out with my video editing software as well. You can probably notice that I also have a couple of skins going on for my characters. A lot of the character portraits I've actually found on the League of Legends forums. I'm using the Chinese art, and everything, like a lot of the portraits, looks a lot cooler. So Zilean tries to gank me here, tries to kill me here at my tower, hoping to ulti himself at level 6. But unfortunately, Xin Zhao has a knockup, which doesn't allow him to cast his ultimate while he's up in the air, and I end up killing him instead. But needless to say, the Zilean was really well prepared against any kind of laning situation, and he was definitely a good player. For most of the game, you'll find that I'm spending a lot of time farming, and it is a little bit of a bad habit of mine. I enjoy farming minions a little too much, and sometimes I fail to help my teammates. But I wasn't part of this fight. This fight came up pretty even. It looked like 2 of us died as well as 2 of them. Mundo comes up to help me after surviving the fight down at bottom, and we try and take out Zilean, but and again he manages to kill Mundo with those bombs. They're just so powerful. I try and take Zilean out, but I'm unable to decide who to kill here, and I let both of them go, and that is a huge mistake on my part. So you see here that I'm in a pretty bad spot, but my teammates come and try and help me out. I think I end up living this one too, yeah. And Colby goes in, and watch this. Bam! He takes Trend out. The low HP Trend that I failed to kill when I was chasing after Zillion. And we proceed to win this fight. Me taking the last hit on that Trundle, getting away. So as you can see, some pretty intense fights here. Arjana picking up a kill from long range with her Cyclone. So, and we just decided to push down this middle tower with this momentum that we've gained. So today is actually the day that the new champion, Renekton, I believe that's how you pronounce his name. He just came out today, and I haven't been able to hop onto the servers lately because I think they're having server-side issues. But I wanted to know what you guys thought of him. He seems like a pretty powerful champion, and Riot's doing a pretty good job pumping them out because they promised to have, you know, the two champion every week. In order to, you know, keep the players from you know, continuing to fund their efforts by buying RP points. But I'm just curious to what you guys think about their performance so far, because they've been focusing a lot on pumping out new champions and not as much on the balance of certain champions. I found that champions such as Jax are quite underpowered and need a bit of a fix. But as you can see right there, that was a pretty funny kill. Ashe had a bomb on her and did not realize that it was going to kill both her and Mundo if she was too close, and took Mundo down along with her. So, but here we take Dragon. Xin Zhao is just such a great jungler once you have his the Blood Razors, because Xin Zhao is a very attack speed heavy champion, because every time he attacks while he has his battle cry active ability used, his cooldowns actually are reduced. So say you have used your Audacious Strike as Audacious Dash as well as your 3 Talon. If you activate your battle cry, each hit that you land with your auto attacks actually actually lowers the cooldown on your other abilities, which is very helpful. So that's why you'll see a lot of Xin Zhaos actually pick up a lot of attack speed items. So you see here, I'm getting totally owned, and that's one mistake I hope you guys never make, is to underestimate your enemies, because I wanted to kind of scare off that Zillion, or perhaps gank him if the opportunity presented itself. But he was fortunate to have a lot of backup nearby, so I end up dying in that fight, and a few of our fellow teammates die in the process as well. You will see that I do get my revenge a little later on, though, due to Zillion's greed. So as you can see, that powerful slow again coming into play to keep me away from Zillion. Zillion's slow is very, very powerful. I'd say it's on par with Nasus's slow. It slows for a huge percentage of your movement speed, but it's not as long, which is the downside to it. So here he's trying to steal my blue buff, but Colby comes in, headbutts him, forcing him to blow his ultimate and take him down because he runs towards our base rather than away from it. So I don't know what you guys think of Xin Zhao as a jungler. I personally find that he's not the best jungler available, but I've been using him as a jungler, and he can stay in the jungle for a very long time. I've played games where I jungled with Xin Zhao and stayed in the jungle farming the monsters until I had almost over a thousand gold in my bank before I went to go heal blue pill. So he's actually a very effective jungler. Here I try and take out Zillion, but end up dying because there are just far too many, and that's another mistake in my part. Trying to take on 4 enemy champions all at once. I have been trying to improve just my spacing and knowing when to run and when to attack. Xin Zhao is a very offensive heavy champion, and because he has that life regeneration from his attacks, it allows him to stay in a fight for a much longer period of time. And that's why whenever I play Xin Zhao, I tend to have very offensive playstyle. So as you can see, Colby working his magic again with Alistar. Alistar is just such a powerful AP champion. I did not realize it until I saw Colby play him. He just does so much damage off of that combo, the headbutt into the ground slam. But I find that the combo is often very difficult to execute simply because the range of effect on the ground slam is very small, and Colby addressed this as well. Sometimes the skill just doesn't work. I've seen it where the headbutts will, when I use the headbutt on Alistar, it will sometimes whiff, which is very strange. It's a rare occurrence, but it's pretty frustrating when you have your combo and it whiffs. And you end up spending mana but not being able to combo anything. So as you can see, there's quite a battle going on at bottom here. A lot of action going on. Mundo's such a great tank as well. I find he was able to survive bomb from Zillion, as well as a nuke, several nukes from the enemy Veigar, and there was a lot due to Mundo that we were able to stay in these fights for such a long period of time.
Sound the march.